CMK BIM Consulting, providing innovation and solutions to the construction industry. TiltUp Construction offers a variety of benefits to building owners, and its footprint in the construction market continues to grow year over year. With the economy going strong, there's lots of work out there. How can contractors take advantage on getting more work with the same resources? There are 4 major players involved in TiltUp projects. Each come with specific requirements to make the building come together. Each company is duplicating information across multiple sets of 2D drawings. This causes a lot of redundant coordination to make sure that everything matches. This all prolongs the schedule and takes away the opportunity to do more work. Upfront detailing across the trades can take 8 weeks or more on projects. What if we could eliminate duplication and redundant coordination and reduce that to 2 weeks? Introducing Power Panel from CMK BIM Consulting. TiltUp can be easily configured and then finalized. The main layout and each key element of the building can be configured in minutes. The panels and connections can then be refined in further detail. Steel and concrete drawings are extracted from the same coordinated 3D model, preventing duplication and extra coordination time. The model can be easily published to the owner or other project stakeholders. And using Microsoft HoloLens or mobile devices, you can overlay the digital model in the real world. This reduces the need for drawings and allows the customers and contractor to see exactly what they're building. So, are you ready to handle more work efficiently? Then reach out to us at CMK BIM Consulting. We're looking for partners to work with in developing Power Panel further. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at some of the tools that we've done so far. To get started, let's first highlight the Power Panel plugin or configurator. We'll go ahead and open up the properties here, and you can see that I can enter in the typical building geometry that I'm going to use for a TiltUp project. I can enter in specific base spacings, and it doesn't have to be equal. So I could do 3 spaces at 30, then I could do a 40-foot bay, or I can do any other odd bay size that I need here as a distance list. I can do the same thing on the tilt panel spacing along the length or the width of the building, as well as do a maximum joist spacing or enter in specific spaces and distances that'll work with the grid system. Once you've entered in all of this information and in the most common joist, girder, or supporting beam, as well as tilt panel and column information, you can then easily configure and create the base foundation of all the elements of your TiltUp project. So I'm just going to go ahead and say apply on these settings, and then I'm just going to basically activate the component. I will then pick an origin point or location and a second point to orientate this, and this is especially helpful if you have like an L-shaped TiltUp project or if you have multiple buildings that are working on the same overall project. So I'm just going to pick those 2 points, and here within a few seconds it's going to actually automatically put in all the panels, columns, joist, and then also place all of the embeds and pockets in the wall. Now here within seconds we can actually see all of the main elements of this structure in the TiltUp project has been placed. And we're going to continue to expand upon this, including all of the reveals here, any openings, even reinforcement we're going to start working on and placing here in the model. So this gives you an idea of a fully parametric building that can be easily configured and even at this stage get a quick QTO or estimate on the project. Now at the same time we can easily explode this component here, and then we can continue to refine the detail and specific sizes or specific connections manually here by editing the model just using the normal out-of-the-box Tekla Structures BIM application. Now, what if we have a project where we've got specialized panel inserts and different things other than a rectangular simple layout or building? Well, here we can use building block power tools such as the wall panel here, and if I open up the properties, you can see that I can enter in up to 4 openings, enter in the information, the width and the height, and then the location of that, as well as the end details here, as well as we're working on some of the other corner miters, the connection at the base. So this does the main geometry, but then we can also automatically look around the panel, add in the reveals, as well as the other connecting information for panel to panel, or even steel framing into the panel as well. Then let's just go ahead and apply these first here in the model. So we'll activate the component, we'll then select here that we've got our first 3 bays, and we can maybe have openings on these particular panels here. let's go back to the properties and simply just turn off that we don't want any more of the openings. Now we can just say no to all the openings here, or we can go ahead and use saved away standards that are already pre-configured for the different types of panels that we have on our job. So we'll just go ahead and say apply, and then we can come in here and then we can pick 2 points, and now we've got all of our panels placed. Now we can then also repeat this process, but let's do a jog specifically here on the job. So let's say that I pick the corner here, then I'll go here, and then we'll come in like, let's say 5 feet as an example. Then we'll just continue to build whatever we need, and then we'll just go out, and then we'll just come back and continue to go on and do those different architectural jogs or features that are on the project. If we need to then change or come back and modify any of the corner conditions based on the specific miters, or if you're doing a butt joint there or whatever that you'd like to set, you can easily go into the properties of each one of those panel components and modify and set those. Now, what if we actually want to see some dimensions here related to the panels? So we can come into the properties here, and then we're just going to go ahead and say, let's show annotations. So we're going to go ahead and do exterior annotations here, and then we're just going to say we want them to be progressive, so that's good. So we'll just say apply, and then we'll go ahead and modify this component here. And then basically what it'll do is it'll place in all of those dimensions for me. So that way I can quickly check any of the opening spaces, and then I can also evaluate any of the vertical dimensions and elevations. So if I'm taking information off the design, here I can visually quickly check that 2D information overlaid in 3D. Now, going beyond even just tilt panel projects, we've also made other tools that help configure a steel with a precast or other exterior configuration that goes around the envelope of the structure. And so similar tools that we built here in Quick Builder can be also applied to CMK panel, and similar functionalities just for a different building or configuration type. So again, you can see here I can specify different bay information, enter in all my grids, specify the common sizes, and then that's the main structure. And then here I've got some things that will actually do the precast exterior panels or glazing panels or whatever it is that we need. Now, if I do want to make kind of a design build or a quick rapid configuration of this project, in working with an owner, then I can also specify like a carpet system, also a ceiling system here, just to get clearances for understanding how MEP might work and getting different heights and what's going to be more cost efficient, etc. The other nice thing here is that we can also automatically generate our floor plans and elevations and quickly create an estimating package, as well as bill of material or quantity takeoff reports of all of the components and parts in the model. So here, just rapidly doing this, let's make sure that we've got annotations turned on. I'm going to make sure concrete is turned on here, so it'll create the slabs. We'll create the exterior, the floor, as well as the ceiling, and then we'll simply come over here and say create the structure. So within about 25 to 30 seconds, it automatically created all of the exterior panels. It shows me all the concrete slabs. It puts in the marks and the profiles for all the structural steel and the concrete, shows the grid dimensions and elevations, and essentially what I have here is a BIM deliverable that represents the rough quantities, including connections if I'd like to apply that, and all of the building systems working together. Again, imagine that you're working on a requirements with the owner of what's the occupation requirements of the building, what kind of square footage are you looking for, and then using rule of thumb settings and configurations of each of the primary structural trades and working those together. Here within seconds, I've actually configured that, and then I can share this with the sprinkler system or MEP group for them to put in their conceptual modeling and information here. And again, we can very rapidly get a detailed estimate, and then we can pass this information on to the design to do further engineering or analysis, as well as detailing for fabrication and manufacturing. So this gives you a glimpse into some of the power and the configurator tools that we're doing here at CMK BIM Consulting. Again, these are some of the first starts of things that we've been creating and working on, and we're looking for partners and certain vendors that would like to take this to the next level with their specific building products or designs. So whether you're a general contractor, a TiltUp contractor, or self-performed concrete contractor, or even a steel fabricator, we'd be interested in talking with you to see how you can leverage our tools to help you be more productive and win and do more work.